Good, happy Sunday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to U.S. News with Riley King. Let's begin. We begin tonight with some developing news. This happened 1 hour ago. Trump drives by the press and supporters outside Walter Reed Hospital. Take a look at this video from a person on Twitter. Take a look at this. Again, this happened 1 hour ago. Trump went out for a car ride and then went back to the hospital inside. We can also tell you that a statement from the White House Correspondents Association said it is outrageous for the president to have ever left the hospital, even briefly, aimed a health crisis without a protective pool presence to ensure that the American people know where their president is and how he is doing. They also said, now more than ever, the American public deserve independent coverage of the president so they can be reliable, informed about his health. Today, doctors did another press briefing, and doctors say President Trump's blood oxygen level dropped twice recently, but he continues to improve. And he could possibly be leaving the medical center and be discharged from Walter Reed as soon as Monday, tomorrow. Patriots Chief game postponed after Cam Newton tests positive for coronavirus. Let's take a listen to that video from CBS News.
50,000 new coronavirus cases were reported nationwide Friday. That's the highest level since mid-August. Infections are rising in 31 states and Puerto Rico, more than half the country. And now one of the biggest stars in the NFL has tested positive. Here's CBS's Danya Bacchus.
Football was supposed to provide an escape from the pandemic, but there's no escaping this. Cam Newton becomes the first starting quarterback to test positive for COVID-19. And tomorrow's marquee matchup between New England and Kansas City postponed. The NFL says both teams are now performing additional tests on players and coaches. Across the U.S., the coronavirus continues to tighten its grip. New York State has the highest number of new cases since May. Wisconsin remains one of the hardest hit states. Today, a record number of new cases, nearly 2,900. The state also seeing a spike in hospitalizations and deaths. New video of students at Missouri State University. The state now hitting a record high positivity rate, 14.5%. Thousands of Indianapolis students will be in the classroom on Monday for the first time since March. But on Friday, the state shattered a one-day record for new COVID cases. Whether it's parties or political rallies, the lack of masks and social distancing is taking a toll, says Indiana doctor Mark Fox.
The failure to adhere to even the most basic fundamental principles of containment is really disheartening.
In California, more businesses are reopening as the number of new cases declines. But reality is never far away. The state has just passed more than 16,000 COVID-related deaths. Nora?
Danya Backus, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Biden campaign continues ahead of vice president debate. Let's take a listen to that video from NBC News.
Joe Biden taking his campaign message online, joining union workers in a digital town hall.
It's about patriotism. You wear a mask to protect the person next to you. You wear a mask to protect the bus driver. You wear a mask to protect the person you're sitting next to on the bus.
Both Biden and his running mate Kamala Harris appearing at in-person events in battleground states Friday.
What's up, Nevada?
After each testing negative for COVID-19. Harris also joining former President Obama in an online fundraiser where he offered this comment on President Trump's illness.
Although we're in the midst of a big political fight, and we take that very seriously, we also want to extend our best wishes to the President of the United States, the First Lady.
This week, the focus of the campaign shifts to the battle for the vice presidency, with Harris set to debate Vice President Mike Pence in Salt Lake City on Wednesday.
Let's put our shoulders to the wheel. Let's do the work that is necessary.
Harris arriving there today. The candidates will now be seated 12 feet apart instead of 7, an additional coronavirus precaution. Pence plans a rally the day after in Arizona.
Thank you very, very much.
Meantime, the Biden team plans to continue campaigning. Jill Biden on the trail in Minnesota today, and Bernie Sanders stumping for Biden in New Hampshire.
Which candidate has the temperament to see us through this difficult crisis?
The campaign's only change in tactics, pulling negative TV ads off the air.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this Sunday evening edition of U.S. News Now with Riley King. Thank you for joining us for this Sunday evening edition of U.S. News Now with Riley King. Have a great rest of your Sunday evening. I'll see you back here tomorrow for another edition of U.S. News Now with Riley King. Good night and goodbye, everyone.